Today, we are upgrading how you talk about the past. We're shifting from basic chronological event reporting to two precise temporal frameworks, the past perfect and the past perfect continuous. By the end of this session, you will be able to construct sentences using both tenses, know which one to choose, and prove your knowledge by passing a live verification test. To get the most out of this, you only need one prerequisite, a working knowledge of the simple past tense. If you know how to say, "I walked" or "she ate," you are ready to proceed. Mastering these two specific structures allow you to signal the exact chronological relationship between past events, giving your listener a precise sequence to follow. Step 1 is the past perfect tense. The structural formula requires three components: your subject, the auxiliary word had, and the past participle of your verb. The past participle is simply the third form of a verb, like eaten, gone, or finished. This timeline diagram displays the strict logic of the tense. Look closely at the two markers. We use past perfect when a primary action is completely finished before a secondary action happens. Notice how the earlier event plots cleanly onto the deep past. "I had finished my work" occurs completely and finalizes before the secondary event, "he arrived," even begins. The rule here is absolute. Whenever you recount two actions in the past, the one that happened first chronologically takes the past perfect form. The second action relies on the simple past. By applying this formula, the past perfect functions as a strict grammatical anchor. It guarantees your listener understands the exact sequence of events without any chronological ambiguity. We shift to the past perfect continuous when the duration of an action becomes the critical data point. The structural components modify slightly here. You keep your subject, but you utilize a compound auxiliary, had been, followed by your verb ending with an ing suffix. Looking at this modified timeline, the visualization changes. Instead of a single finalized point, we track a continuous bar. The action stretches from the deep past and runs continuously until it hits the exact moment of the secondary event. Applied in a practical scenario, it plots exactly like this. "I had been working for 3 hours before he called." The working action was sustained and ongoing right up until the phone call interrupted it. We deploy this specific tense to answer one distinct metric. How long was the action happening? Past perfect proves an event happened. Past perfect continuous proves the time and sustained effort invested before that event was interrupted. Knowing the formulas is the first step. Applying them instantly during live conversation, without hesitating, requires a reliable decision-making tool. This split-screen comparison gives you a binary choice. On the left, ask yourself, are you emphasizing the absolute completion of a task? Or, on the right, are you emphasizing the duration of the task? Look at how this splits a single concept. Confirming a static completed task looks like this: "I had studied before the exam." Emphasizing a 2-hour continuous grind looks like this: "I had been studying for 2 hours before the exam." Your ultimate intent dictates the grammatical structure. Highlighting the pure fact of the achievement takes the simple completion formula, while weighing the time spent requires the continuous formula. Because these two formulas overlap heavily in their construction, there is a high probability of structural contamination as you practice them. This text diagnostic highlights the first major structural error. A speaker attempts to merge the two distinct formulas into a hybrid state, saying, "I had been finished my work." To resolve this contamination, simply strip away the continuous elements, remove the word been, and restore the pure past perfect structure, "I had finished my work." This secondary diagnostic isolates the second critical failure point. This occurs when the vital auxiliary verb is completely omitted from the continuous sequence, resulting in "I had working." The necessary structural repair here is to link the past auxiliary with the continuous action. You do this by inserting the word been. The corrected structure is "I had been working." Recognizing these exact failure patterns in advance prevents the most common real-time conversational breakdowns before they happen. Let's transition from passive observation to active execution. It is time for the final verification protocol. Look at this testing interface. We have two incomplete datasets. Sentence 1, "She blank before I arrived." Sentence 2, "They blank for an hour before it started raining." You must apply either the completion or duration formula based on the context clues. You have 5 seconds. Choose your inputs now. into the comments and generate one original sentence focusing on completion and a second sentence focusing on duration. Using this binary choice daily moves these formulas from conscious effort toward automatic speech. Keep practicing, and I will see you in the next session.